Many veterinarian practice owners are looking at their bank accounts every morning like it's a hostage situation. You're busy, you're booked out, the lobbies are full, your docs are exhausted, revenue looks decent, but somehow the money keeps disappearing like a raccoon with a credit card. Today, we're going to talk about something almost nobody teaches veterinarian owners. These are not fantasy numbers. They're not unicorn clinic numbers. They're real world numbers that tell you whether your practice is healthy or if it's quietly bleeding cash behind the scenes. I'm also going to show you where most practices get stuck and how we help clinics fix it from the inside with the Vet Profit Play. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Michelle Masacchio with Fit Money CPA, where vet med meets smart business. Here's the truth. Most vets were taught medicine, which is great because that's why you went to school, but very few were taught about cash flow, profitability, labor management, pricing strategy, inventory control, or how to actually read those financial statements somebody's throwing in your face all the time. So that's why smart clinics can still feel financial stressed, even while you might be doing millions of dollars in revenue. Let's get rid of the big myth first. Revenue does not equal profitability. I've seen practices doing 800,000, a million, 1.5 million, and they're all struggling. And I've seen larger practices than that, 2.5, 3, no cash reserves. So I also have some clinics that are doing 1.2 mild revenue, and they're calm, they're profitable, they're organized, and they're paying their owners very well. And why is that? It's because healthy practices understand their numbers. Got some benchmarks. Now, every clinic is different, but there are some healthy ranges that I like to see, and they come from basically the AHA benchmarks. And for a healthy range of labor costs, that's usually between 35 and 45% of revenue. Labor costs, as you know, are docs, technicians, receptionists, the payroll taxes, benefits. That whole package falls into labor costs. Now, if you're pushing 50, 55, 60% in labor costs, it's like, Houston, we've got a hairball. You may have overstaffing, underpricing, poor scheduling, inefficient workflows, or weak doctor production. Now, I want you to listen carefully here. More staff does not automatically create more efficiencies. Sometimes more staff creates confusion and more payroll costs. Cost of goods sold, or COGS, some people listed as that. A healthy range is 18 to 25% of gross revenue. And what's in COGS? It's your medications, your supplies, it's your lab costs, it's your inventory. The way I like to think about COGS is anything that pertains specifically to your business. So your COGS are going to be different than mine. So if this number keeps climbing too high, usually 3 things are affecting this. Inventory isn't being managed. Pricing hasn't been kept up. Maybe you haven't changed your prices in a year and a half. Or, you hate to say this one, but products are leaving out the back door like a furry fugitive. You would be shocked how many clients lose thousands of dollars in inventory because they're expired. So our third number we're watching is net profit. And a healthy goal should be between 10 and 20% of revenue. So this is a big one. This is that very bottom line. It's your income less your COGS, your cost of goods sold, less all other expenses. And that's your net profit. And if the clinic is bringing in $2 million in revenue, but only has $50,000 in profit, you guys are working way, way too hard for way too little. Healthy practices create profit intentionally. Profit is not an accident. Profit is not a system. Profit is a system. And profit is not wrong. Profit is good. So what about doctor production? Are you tracking that? A healthy practice is tracking the doc production consistently. If one doc is producing double what another doc is producing, then, that's a data conversation. It's not a personality conversation. What you want to look at is average transaction charges, appointment flows, treatment plan acceptance, scheduling efficiencies, and case management. Another big one is cash reserves. And this one is huge. A healthy should not be one that is one slow month away from panic. Ideally, practices should build cash reserves so they can handle emergencies. Your HVAC system goes out. Equipment purchases. You didn't think that x-ray machine was going to go out this year. You were hoping it would go out next year, but we got to buy it now. Staffing changes, seasonality, and growth opportunities. Cash creates options. Desperation creates bad decisions. So now here's where things get interesting. Most veterinarian owners are actually looking at these numbers consistently. Or they're getting reports from their CPA that they look at, and it's like ancient Egyptian writing. They get a P&L once a month, 3 weeks after the month is ended. Nobody explains what's on that P&L, what it means. So that's why I created the vet profit play. And you can find www.vetprofitplay.net. So let's talk about it for a minute. The vet profit play was designed specifically for you guys, the veterinarian practices. I want clarity. I want to show you your profitability. I want you to have financial control. And I want you to have an actual strategy. This is not just bookkeeping, guys. This is about understanding your numbers, your KPIs, your profitability drivers, your labor efficiency, your cash flow, and where your money is leaking. We hope practices stop operating on guesswork, because right now there's too many clinic owners that are emotionally exhausted, financially exhausted, and trying to run a business off of vibes and caffeine. So if you're watching this and thinking, I know we should be making more money than we are. I don't fully understand my numbers. We're busy, but still stressed financially. I need a better system. Then again, go check out the Vet Profit Play at www.vetprofitplay.net. FITPLAY.net. Take a look at what we're building for veterinarian practices. Healthy practices don't accidentally happen. They happen when you understand your numbers, when you track your right KPIs, and when you make strategic decisions. And finally, take control of the business side of your practice. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hope this was helpful. If it was, like, share, comment, or send it to another veterinarian owner who needs to hear it. Remember, you should not own a veterinarian practice that drains the life out of you financially. Your numbers should work for you, not stalk you from the shadows like a feral spreadsheet goblin. Remember, you run the clinic, we run the strategy. Your dream practice, your real